Oi, bruv, it's me, Godsent. Today we're talking about Palworld. I want to give some of my quick thoughts on the game and then my plans for it. But before we do that, before you hire me for the job, all right, here are my qualifications. I've never played a survival game like this. I haven't played Ark, I haven't played 7 Days to Die, I haven't played Valheim, Subnautica, you can go down the list. I haven't played any of those. The closest thing that I've got to was Minecraft, and I played Minecraft like 10 years ago. But to be fair, I did play Terraria. I did another run about 3 years ago, maybe. Now, I know you've been seeing this everywhere. Everyone's been comparing it to Pokemon, but I don't think it's close to Pokemon. The last time I played Pokemon, though, was Pokemon Crystal, and that was on the Game Boy Color. All right, probably aging myself a little bit. But once again, to be fair, I played Nexomon on my phone, so, I mean, it kind of counts, maybe? So do you think I'm a good fit for the company? Well, looking at your resume, bub, you got no experience, but I like your energy, kid. You're hired. But I do want to say this. I am not a professional. I don't review games professionally or anything. Keep in mind this is early access because I also kept in mind this is early access. And these are just my dumb opinions and preferences that I'm just sharing with you. So I hope you enjoy. After starting the game, or for my gamers out there, the early game, you're introduced to a massive world filled with mons. I didn't understand the scope of it till my first hour in. I pulled up my map and zoomed out. I had so much room for activities. So many activities! Open world games like Cyberpunk or Skyrim. I even just finished Borderlands. That was great. I was excited to see what this game had in store. The amount of things that fill out the world is addicting. Mats scattered everywhere. Pal spheres left and right. Oh wait, is that a chest? Hey, what's this hole?
Your mom!
No, it's not. It's not my mom. It's a dungeon. It's a dungeon. From massive old ruins to sick castles. What's going on in here? Hey, kid, I wouldn't go in there if I was you. The tutorial was great too. It eased me into the world and the functions, from crafting my first weapons, to catching my first pals, to building my first base. The interface was easy for me to navigate. After looking for what the tutorial wanted you to build, and then seeing all the things you could build, there ended up being a good mix of personal goals and in-game goals, which is the perfect combination for a great game. Mid-game. This is the meat and potatoes of the game. Leveling 10 to 35. The game is completely open to you. There's this massive world to explore, but on foot it's taking way too long. Let's get them out. There are so many options, from deers to wolves, birds, with different variations of each, some moving faster than others. But once you're mounted, you're ready to go and the world is open to you. Once you're out in the world, in every nook and granny, there are little effigies, or Lifmunk effigies to be exact. Collecting these do nothing, but offering them to the Statue of Power, which we'll talk about later, will increase your catch rate, and that's massive. Pal spears above the base sphere are a little pricey to craft. After a while, when the enemies become stronger, you'll be using about 15 to 20 pal spheres just to catch one pal, and that's a lot of resources you're using every time. But if you don't have the resources you need to craft some of the balls, you have two other options. Number one, you can find spheres or balls in chests everywhere. Some chests need keys. There's silver tier keys, there's gold tier keys. You can find some balls just out in plain sight. Those are your basic or your green spheres. Option two, you can buy from merchants, but you got to know where to find them and find the right ones. There are 4 types of merchants. There's your ammo merchant, who sells you ammo, but also other things to craft ammo. There's your pal merchant. Don't get too excited. For this guy, he has like your basic pals that you can find. If you just don't have a ball to catch one, or maybe it's something you haven't caught yet, he's very beneficial when you have free gold. Next is your general supply merchant. This is your go-to guy. He has everything you need. If you need something for your base, he has it. Short of a few bones for a medicine, he's your guy. You need some ice organs for your fridge, he has it. But there's still one last merchant, the illegal pal vendor. Depending on how much you've explored, he may or may not have mons you haven't seen yet. Great for mid-game if you still have a lot of gold you haven't spent yet and you're still looking for a strong mon to take you into the late game. But how do you make your mon stronger? At this point, you should have a cute little base and a cozy Statue of Power. The Statue of Power has 2 uses. One we talked about already with your Lifmunk effigies, and the second is powering up your mons. So if you're dumb like me and have been collecting pal souls but not knowing how to use them, this is for you. You can use pal souls to upgrade your mons at the Statue of Power. Each upgrade upgrades their base stat by a certain percentage, which you're gonna need these stat boosts when it comes to beating the gym leaders. gym leaders. Late game. By this point, you should have a base with some resources being automated, a team of 5 mons, a fast mount to get around, hopefully, and at least 1 strong pal. Now back to those gym leaders. Sorry, officers. You might have beaten 2 officers by now if you're level 35-ish. If not, that's fine. Take your time, have fun. That's what the game's about. But there are 5 officers in total. I believe they go up about like every 10 levels or so. If you want a quick order for the fights, you should fight Grisbolt and his master, Lily with her mon, Ozark with her officer, Moltres with that weird dude on her back. Bro, I don't know. And then Shadowbeak finally. These are your tests of strength and your goals for beating the game. There are also 4 legendary pals that you can catch as well. Now you can fight these in any order, but I think the easiest way to get them is to fight Frost Stallion first, but you might have to pick up a Blazemut or 2 just for that fight. But you're going to be doing type damage, which is going to be beneficial for that fight. Then you would use Frost Stallion to go fight Jet Dragon because you also get a type advantage. And if you haven't noticed, Frost Stallion is going to be way tankier than the rest of your other pals. From there, you'll be using Frost Stallion and Jet Dragon to fight both the Knights, the Dark Knight and the Light Knight. I forgot their name. It's like Paladin and Dark Paladin, or I'll throw a picture up here. If you're fighting both of them and it's still too hard, you can also just fight them at night where only the Dark Paladin is going to be awake. Makes it a much easier fight if you're having problems. Congratulations, you've now caught all legendaries. Now go fight Shadowbeak with all 4 of your legendaries. If you're looking for another goal, aside from the 2 of beating all 5 officers and catching all 4 legendaries, you can also fill out your PAL deck. And that's Palworld for you in a nutshell. Thank you guys for watching. Alright, now the kids are gone. What the fuck is up with this game? From the end of mid-game to into the late game, there's some heavy-ass grinding. Is this normal for these type of games? I've played tons of games with grinding. I still play Diablo 4 for fuck's sake. But the grinding for mats is so boring. The pacing of the game dies off so hard, it literally falls off a cliff. You go from XP grinding, catching every pal, 10 of each, to crafting more balls, then needing more resources, and then you need so much of the higher end resources. All the high tier shit takes so many resources to craft, and then you have to have multiple bases just to craft or just to farm all of it. And the dungeons, if you're farming dungeons for XP or items, I mean, you can speed run them, but the dungeons are so boring. They have the same layout. If you've done one, you've done them all. And then fuck, let me get started on the catch rate. The catch rate is fucking ridiculous, bro. When you get up to like the level 40 and higher mons, you use so many balls. Even for a red ball, I've had a point where I've used 40 red balls just trying to catch a 41 mon and ran out of balls and just had to kill it, bro. Come to find out, there was a bug lowering the catch rate, so I cheated. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I fucking cheated. I did it. It was me, all right? Midway through the game, I decided to turn up all the mat drops, triple those. Okay, XP gain, double that. Catch rates, oh, all the way. I maxed that out gladly, and I'll do it again, okay? There's no shame in my game. And I swear to God, after I did that, I had so much fun. So shout out to the devs for putting in all the bells and whistles and letting you be able to change all your settings to your likings. I've never played a game like this that had the options of deviating from the presets and letting you make the game how you want to. So let's talk about the end game. The end game, the only thing left for you to do is breed. And I'm not a fan of that. Not even interested, especially with some of the egg timers having like 2-3 hours or something like that. Ridiculous. And then there's building. I'm kind of interested in that. I do have fun building like your house or building it up, making it look nice and everything. I think that's pretty fun. Super creative. You definitely get another aspect of it on top of that that's aside from just battling, shooting, grinding, and I do like that. But aside from that, I beat the game. I'm putting the game down. I will not be touching it probably till release. But for my first time playing a game like this, it had so much potential and I genuinely had fun. It was a great first experience and I'm willing to try again. I don't know how they're going to change the game in the future, but they have a lot of potential on their hands and I'm happy and willing to see where it goes. And I hope you guys had as much fun playing the game as I did. And I hope you had a great time watching the video. And after playing this game, I looked into the genre to see what was coming out or other games that I missed like this. So I might go back and play games like Subnautica or 7 Days to Die, games that are fully fleshed out and have been patched and in their almost perfect state, and give those a try. But so far, from the trailers I've seen, Nightingale is #1 on my list. It looks so fun to me, and I'm excited to try that one out. So look forward to that. I will be playing Nightingale. And there was another one that kind of got overshadowed by Palworld called Enshrouded. Let me know if you guys want to see a playthrough on that, but I'll definitely try out Enshrouded. So I'll see you guys on the full release. Take care of yourself.